everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and we have some great Marvel news, as it seems that Marvel Studios has officially canonized 6 of their Netflix shows, originally a part of the Netflix Defenders kind of ongoing series on Netflix, are now all a part of the official MCU timeline, and many of those shows are available on Disney Plus as well. Disney has confirmed the canonicity of 6 Netflix Marvel shows, thanks especially to the latest update to its Disney Plus Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline as seen on Disney Plus. And for years, the placement of the Marvel television produced Netflix series like Daredevil and The Punisher on the MCU timeline has been a hot button topic amongst fans, primarily because Marvel Studios owns movies never connected or referenced to any of the events that had took place within these said shows. So to avoid any confusion, we'll refer to all these Netflix shows instead of just as the Netflix shows, but as the Defender series essentially. Matters were made more confusing when characters from Netflix's Defenderverse started popping up in MCU projects, most specifically Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock, or Daredevil in the She-Hulk show, also in the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, and then also Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson's Fisk, or Kingpin, in the Hawkeye show. It raised a lot of questions and a lot of confusion, like, okay, are those characters a part of the MCU? And if they are, as they seem to be, then are their backstories, or are their Netflix shows essentially a part of the greater MCU? And it seems that that answer is finally here, and the answer to that seems to be a solid yes. However, as other titles like the recently released Echo show and the upcoming Daredevil Born Again show start to bring these characters back to the forefront, Disney has finally made it more clear on that these stories are MCU canon. Aligning with the streaming debut of Marvel Studios' Echo series, all 6 of the Netflix Marvel series, i.e. Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, have all been added to the official MCU timeline, like they're part of the MCU canon, which is super amazing. The timeline of which is constantly being updated with each new project on Disney Plus being released, now features the super-powered former Netflix shows, with Daredevil being the first to pop up just after the I Am Groot show, which may sound a bit confusing given that the I Am Groot animated show is a more recent release. The I Am Groot show technically in the MCU timeline does take place directly after the events of the Guardians of the Galaxy. For reference then, essentially, the Netflix Defenders shows start with after the events of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 all the way back, released in 2018. When technically the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie takes place in 2014, so 4 years prior. Anyway, to avoid any of that confusion, I have an article linked in the description down below. You guys can take a look out there as well. As we all probably already all know, the MCU in like its actual canon timeline takes place, or much rather starts with Captain America 1, the first Avenger, moves to Captain Marvel, Iron Man 2, the Incredible Hulk movie, Thor, then the 2012 Avengers, Thor the Dark World, Iron Man 3, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the I Am Groot show, and that is where the Netflix Defenders come into play, with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Avengers Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, the Defenders actual show, Captain America Civil War, Black Widow, Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, and right after the events of Spider-Man Homecoming takes place is The Punisher. Okay, so why is this a big deal though? This new addition to the MCU timeline is going to be a big deal for plenty of fans, as if it isn't already. The question of whether these Netflix Marvel shows are Marvel Studios canon to the MCU has been a mystery for years. While they were initially pitched as such, as time has gone on, some have begun to wonder if that remained the case. Now that they have a definitive answer, it's quite exciting. So originally these shows were always kind of meant to be a part of the MCU canon, but given that they were underneath a different studio on the Netflix side of things, it was kind of a bit of up in the air. Also, given that none of those heroes had ever really appeared in any other like MCU projects, always was all the more matter. However, it is going to bring up a lot of questions as well. Questions that hopefully Marvel will start to answer in the years going forward, and something that they're really only able to do with putting out more and new content. The biggest of these will likely be as to where were these street-level heroes during the major universe-altering events like the invasion of Thanos, as in seen Infinity War and Endgame. Surely if Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige and the MCU brain trust to have the confidence to put up the likes of Daredevil on the official timeline, then they're going to start providing some answers for it as well, and I have no doubt that they'll be able to do that. I mean, look at the Eternals movie. Where were the Eternals during the events of Thanos? That seems to be a bit answered. While they may not have come as soon as recently released The Echo Show, one can assume as projects like Daredevil Born Again start to make their way into the world, that picture of what these characters have been doing all this time will really start to become a lot more clear. And with this all here being given, I think it's a no-brainer. If you haven't already, go watch the Netflix Defenders shows and Heroes over on Disney+. All of their shows and all of their seasons are all streaming on Disney+. Go check it out. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace out.